This is Crisis in the Streets, and we're back with Steven and Ashley. How have you guys been? Been doing pretty good, pretty good. Been just doing the thing, trying to survive.
Trying their best to survive.
Is that a task out here, trying to survive?
Oh man, the heat makes it so much harder.
Yeah, this heat is horrible. Not to mention, everywhere we go now, we got police on us and people telling us they don't want us there and this and that. And this. Yeah, I went to jail the other day because we were sitting over on the side of that army building over by Mallview and the PetSmart. I've heard that. I interviewed someone else and they actually went to jail there too.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk more, get more into I was asking the viewers might want to know what got you started, Steven. Let's ask you first. What got you started on the opiates? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was about 22 years old, and at the time I was only doing crystal. And I met somebody in the apartment complex that I was living in. He had a little bit of heroin, and I tried it, and boom, that's what kicked the whole thing off. It was a wrap after that. It was the first use? Yes, it was. What about you, Ashley? You mentioned it. It was the pills, wasn't it?
Yeah, the blue pills.
During COVID?
I actually got clean prior to this addiction stage in my life. When I was like 22, 23, I got really hardcore into pills. I was doing a lot of pills, just like street bought pills. Started with Vicodin, moved up to Norcos, kind of moved up to Oxycontin. And then I went to someone and I told them, oh man, the withdrawals are so stinking bad. And they were like, yeah, well, crystal helps with withdrawals. And I was like, all right. So I started on crystal.
That's a lie.
I'm sorry, what?
No, that was a lie. Crystal does not help at all.
It makes it worse.
Yeah, well, actually, you got two instead of one now.
Yeah, and so I ended up just kind of running into trouble, not really caring. Ended up looking at 8 to 10 years in prison for a carjacking charge. Just got in the car with the wrong person, My parents were like, hey, you're going to get clean or you're just not going to be a part of our lives. And I was like, all right. And so I ended up going through a program called Teen Challenge. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's a year-long program.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, and I've stuck with them for 3 years. Ended up becoming staff, moved through a couple different centers. And then, I got married, moved out here to Bakersfield, and I stayed clean for 7 years. I was working in property management, real estate, really good job, really hot commodity in the real estate world. And then I had a toothache. And because I have, stuff on my medical record that says I was an addict in the past, they wouldn't give me any pain relief. They were like, hey, here's some ibuprofen. And I was like, yeah, I'm dying with my face hurting over here.
Right.
And so I ended up running into just someone who was, I think someone who was selling it. And I was just like, hey, can I get one? And he was like, come on, Ashley, what? And I was like, all right, well, let me get $50 worth, And that was a wrap. $50 worth is enough to get you to the point where when you don't have it, you don't feel good.
Right. Well,
and so it started off with the blue pills until finally the blue pills just got really hard to get. And I had heard that the blue pills had fentanyl in them. And so I ended up, does anyone have any fentanyl?
They ran out of the pills and they weren't able to get any more for a minute. So, she was out looking for a sack of fentanyl, and I was actually the one that got her first sack of fentanyl. That's how you guys met? No, we were friends before that, but the way my thought behind it was, I would rather take her to somebody that I go through and I trust that doesn't have some, bullshit. Right. Because, I would hate for her to get some hot shot dope or something. Right. So that was where that came into play.
Yeah. I remember at the time, too, he was like, how are you going to do it? And I was like, what? At the time, I was snorting the blue pills. So I was like, I'm going to snort it. And he was like, this stuff is really strong. I don't think you should do that. And so he showed me the best way to go about it, and I ended up switching my addiction from being to the blue pill to fentanyl. So you guys mentioned the heat. It's really hot out here. We're actually in Bakersfield, California. It's even harder with our dogs.
And that's a big problem with the whole what we mentioned earlier about how the people don't want us around. The cops keep running us off. Everywhere we find with a little bit of shade that we can sit down for a few minutes and, feed our dogs and give them some water.
before they're even done, we already got people coming out. You know, you need to get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. It's a pain in the ass, man.
I've heard that from several people now that hear that they are hassling the homeless really, really hard right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed around this area, they have put up a couple of those little, they're like trailer camera things.
Yes.
Like they have in some of the parking lots of the stores.
Yes.
They put a couple of those around now. And in the middle of the night, they play this stupid music, loud as hell, all night long.
Ballet music.
And you even walk through the area, there's this like AI voice.
Terrible.
You need to get out of this area. There's no loitering.
That is terrible.
It's like, even like one day I walked through and it's like, hey, you with the black jacket and striped shorts. And I was like, what?
What's your opinion on what they're doing? Are they just trying to harass you into?
Well, I feel like those machines they put out, it's just an AI, because I mean it's the same guy's voice 24/7. I mean, how can the same guy work 24/7? You know,
right?
It's the same voice all the time, and that's what I feel. I feel like it's just an AI telling people to get out of here. It's not really a real person. It's just like a setup to get out of here so people will leave.
Do you think that so it's been mentioned that the police are harassing the homeless and addicted out here a lot more as of recently. What do you think their goal is with that?
I feel like they're just trying to get everybody off of the streets.
Are they
everybody
offering,
like us? Anyway.
Are they offering anything, or are they just taking you to jail and releasing you?
Flood comes through every so often, and they ask us if we need services. And when we say, yeah, hell yeah, we need a bed, we need a shelter, you know, all of a sudden it's like there's no beds in the shelter. Sorry. No kennels in the shelter. Sorry. Talk to you tomorrow.
Right. So I've noticed the numbers, and the numbers are large here, really large. I mean, in the thousands. And how many shelters do you think they have here?
There's 3 shelters in town. 4 shelters in town. There's the Brundage Lane Navigation Center. There's the M Street Navigation Center. There's the Bethany's Center down on what is that street it's on? It's down by Baker, down in Old Town Kern.
Yeah.
And then there's the Mission at Kern County.
I recently read something on the Mission that they're trying to do something, some kind of plan to assist and help the homeless. But from what I gathered, it was just meals mostly. Just more meals.
What it is with the Mission is the Mission is men's only. Women can go in for meals, but that's it. It's a men's only bed.
Oh.
The Bethany Center is a women's only. Men can go for meals, but it's a women's only bed and family only bed. The only place that we could actually go into as a couple with our dogs is the M Street Navigation Center and the Brundage Lane Navigation Center.
The M Street Navigation Center is almost no different than being out here, because they set you up with a tent and you're outside in a parking lot with a little grass square and a tent.
Right.
And there's no showers. It's porta potties,
Right. So you guys mentioned that last time. Were you on a list or?
Oh man, we've been on the list for months.
Finally, they came out a week and a half ago, and they were like, "All right, well, we have beds," and we were like, "Awesome!" And they were like, "But we don't have kennels."
So,
oh yeah, I think that's when I talked to you. You said you were waiting on a bed for a kennel.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully these documentaries and this awareness that we're bringing to things, the general public sees it, and maybe some of the viewers can do some research and comment on things, even nationwide. They can help with this crisis, because it is a nationwide crisis. It's not just here in California. It's just not here in Bakersfield. It's nationwide, this crisis.
And once you get out here, it's just I've been out here, like I said last time, I've been out here for around 8 to 10 years. And man, it's just you get out here and you feel so stuck once you're out here. Like with the shelter deal, you know, not having any beds, not having beds with kennels. You know, like, what am I supposed to do? I can't go to work and be homeless. What, am I supposed to get up in the morning, get ready for work, and be worried about my girlfriend taking care of all of our stuff because Caltrans is about to take everything from us?
Do they have any?
I was like the other day when he got arrested, I was like walking down the street and I had his recyclables, and I had our dog's blankets, and I was like one stroller in the front with the recyclables.
That sounds rough.
And I've got 2 leashes where one's pulling on me this way and one's...
There should be more beds for you guys. Yeah. For those of you that want to get off the streets and want a bed, there should be beds for you guys.
Definitely.
There's no reason there shouldn't be a bed. Even with your situation with the dogs, they should find places for you. I mean, I know the numbers are high, but so is the funding.
Definitely. My dogs are my kids, so I'm definitely not going to go in without them.
Yeah, man, those shelters, they've got to have substantial funding. I mean,
we even
correct.
Told them, like, our dogs will share a kennel, but they're like, well, we have to see how they'll work together. And I'm like, they're working together right now every day. They sleep together. Like,
yeah, they literally sleep butt to butt.
Okay, yeah. So since I've been doing this, I've been doing a lot more research, and I'm not finding much here in Kern County. But it's a nationwide crisis, and hopefully we get some help in my research and everybody's research. We could find something to, start combating this for you guys, because, the elements out here, you mentioned methadone. Were you thinking about getting on methadone again?
That's my plan. I'd like to eventually go and get on methadone and just kind of make the switch. I know that, like, as far as like scientifically, when you look at fentanyl versus methadone, the dosage of the opiate content is much higher in fentanyl. So I know, like, a lot of people have said, like, I definitely used my first couple months when I was on methadone, and I'm like, well, if that's what I got to do, then that's what I got to do. So if it's the first couple months that I'm having to go there instead of having take homes because I'm testing dirty for fentanyl, then that's what I'm going to do.
Well, maybe a stable place might help with that too.
Make it so much easier.
I mean, instead of arresting people and taking them to jail just because they have warrants and they don't have IDs on the streets, isn't going to solve anything.
Right.
In my opinion.
I mean, because it was like 7 hours you were back over here trying to
out to the same.
Basically, it's just a huge inconvenience because they take me all the way up to Laredo just to release me 6 or 7 hours later. Okay, now I have to walk all the way back up here to the east side from downtown Bakersfield. Right, and it's just, it's a huge inconvenience.
Right, and then I've heard the people that don't have a partner, they have their things on the street. If they take them to jail, it's all gone to nothing.
There was one point that they took us both to jail, and it was during the winter time, and we got out, and I was wearing like a jean jacket, leggings.
They took all our jackets, all our blankets.
Nights until we had blankets, like.
All
right, well, you guys, we're trying to look into this crisis here in the United States, and we're trying to find some kind of something. We're gonna figure something out here, man. It's nice talking to you guys, and I hope you're the best. And
it's nice talking to you too, man.
Any research that I come across, I'm going to forward it to you guys, and any of the viewers that have any information or anything they know about nationwide, California, Bakersfield, anywhere, just comment and like and subscribe if you like the content. And I hope to see you guys again soon.
For sure.
Like and subscribe.